under pressure. No more time. Can we make a move? Overthinking.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. Today we have something special. I know in the last video I said I wasn't going to show you guys this until the old Polaris was finished, but I'm waiting on parts, and I can't wait anymore. And without further ado, you probably see it in the background there. Let's check it out. So as you probably saw in the title, this is a Honda Foreman 450S 4x4. And I mean, this thing looks pretty darn nice, doesn't it? I'm not gonna lie, this may be the best deal I've gotten so far on anything. Don't mind all the water here. It's snowing out here in Newfoundland, Canada. But check this out. So I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I got this for the low price of $100. That's right, $100. I can't believe it either sometimes. But that's not without its, of course, hiccups. But let's take a quick walkthrough on it. I brought it in here already. This isn't the first time I'm looking at it. I brought it in here, gave it a quick once over. I've tinkered with a few things, which I'll explain as I go along. But I just wanted to get this video out here for you guys to check this bad unit out, because there's definitely some more episodes coming for it. So, start at the front. So one of the reasons I got this so cheap up here in the Great White North is, as you can imagine, it's got a bit of rust. So, here, let me grab my... See if I can't grab my fancy dollar store light here. Boop! This thing's pretty sweet, guys, honestly. So, let's start up here. So as you can see, it's not too bad here. It's not pretty by any means, but it's not too bad. But the real, I'd say, repairs begin down here. Let me see if I can get... Alright, so this hole right here, first off, that shouldn't be there. So that's going to need to be fixed. Now, excuse me when I put my phone under here, my camera. I don't know what it's going to do to the video here, but let's see. Sec. Hi. So here's the rust I'm talking about, guys. So nothing's broken yet, but nature is slowly bringing this old gal back to the ground where she was mined from. Salt will do that. So there's a hole there. There's a couple little holes there. But this is nothing that we can't take care of. Gonna need some piping around the same size. I did save a bunch from that old Honda. Let's see if I can show you guys. For this very purpose, in case I think I put it in here. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I did. Check it out. In case I ever needed to patch a frame on the 300, and this is going to be a very close size, what we can do is we can cut patches out of this, which is going to make this so much easier. So I think this alone will probably patch almost all those holes. And we got the bend here to do up front, to make it super easy. Parts bikes, $50 part bike, guys. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. Besides that, other issues. Okay, so I haven't fully inspected the rest of the frame, but I've taken a quick glance at it. The rest seems to be okay. It's a little flaky up here, but it's all structurally sound. But up next would be the front differential. He says the gears are stripped on it. the 4x4 kind of works, but you can tell something's slipping in there. And I'm just guessing it's in there. We'll have to drain the fluid out, take a look, get to the light in there, see what the pinion gear looks like. But likely that front diff's going to have to be swapped out. Other things. Tires, front tires. They're shot. I don't know how else to say it besides they're shot. This one's actually flat. But I have a lead on a local set here. Set of 4, actually. I don't need 4 because I'll show you in a sec. But for $200, and I'll keep 2 probably to run on the other 4 tracks over here. Anyways, let's look at the rest of it. How much bike do you get for $100? We're gonna find out. This may be a weird one-off deal. I don't know how many of you guys will actually find something like this. I got lucky through word of mouth. A friend of a friend of a friend who had this in his yard, an older fellow gentleman, bought it new, used it as a plow, and I do have the plow for it, which is going to be awesome to do my driveway and or sell it with a plow. So good money to be made there. Let's take a look at the rest of it. So this sat in his backyard for the past 2 years. He had bought a new one after the 4x4 went out, and he just let it sit. Got chains on it, as you can tell. This was a plow vehicle. Up here in Canada, we throw chains on stuff to get a little more traction. I'm sure you guys down in the States and other countries do the same if you're prone to snow. But like, look at these rear tires. Almost brand new. Both of them. So he replaced both, so that's wicked. Good money there. Said the rear end was done a year before he parked it, so that is a new diff. All the shocks check out. Muffler looks like we could probably use a muffler, guys. But you know what? I did save one from the parts bike. We might be able to make it work. Lights, most of them work. I think there's one up front that doesn't. Got a toolbox here. No idea what this is. Huh. Very cool. But, yeah, a few little things in there. Back rack, front rack. The seat looks to be in immaculate condition. It genuinely is. A lot of this bike actually is in phenomenal. Like, look at the plastics on it. Like, for $100, like, even for a $2,000 bike, this would be insane to find. It is a 5-speed, 6-speed with reverse, full-time all-wheel drive, 450cc 4-stroke. Let's see if we can't start it up for you guys. And I'll get to explaining any of the issues with the motor. So let's fire it up. Let's get it fired up. So I'm back at the bike. It does run. Before you guys ask, it does run. It runs great. And that is incredible. But there's a few issues. So let's show you what's up. Does have a key. Has a dash, which is wicked. Can't believe it. $100, guys. I don't know. Headlight works. We're missing one little guy down here, but that's no biggie. I guess these are high and low beams. They kind of look the same, to be honest with you. So I'm just messing with the switch panel here. Kill switch, and then we have the choke. So normally there'd be a little thumb thing here to turn the choke on and off. That's gone. And the number one problem I've been fighting is the start button. The start button does nothing. But, I mean, it does something, because check this out. Look at that neutral light. Okay, I'm going to press it. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. But it dims. So it's doing something when I press it. And most of you are probably like, well, the starter's probably stuck. No, it's not. You know how I know? Let's check it out. Let's pop the seat. Here's everything down here. The battery I robbed out of the 4-tracks because, as you guys know, I ordered the brake parts to the wrong side of the country. So I'm fighting that right now, but for now it was more useful in here. So I'm going to do the old bridge the starter solenoid trick, which basically all it does, for anybody who doesn't know, this is the starter solenoid. Starter solenoids are used for basically, it's so you don't have to run the entire voltage of the battery up to a little switch here in wires, because it just won't take the power. So all this is going to do is this solenoid, when you press it, it's going to complete the circuit. It's going to lift a little flap up and basically link the positive from the battery to the positive for the starter. All I'm doing by bypassing this is I'm not using the solenoid. I'm just using this to activate it. So I'm going to manually start it. I say manually, but she runs awesome. This is, by the way, it's about 0 degrees in here. Maybe a little more with the heater on. But she fires up instantly. The thing runs awesome. Obviously, the exhaust needs some work. That needs some work. It needs a lot of work all around. But overall, what a wicked candidate to put a little love into. And the pot of making, we're talking a couple $1,000s here at this point now. Not even a few $100s. So I'm excited to get working on it. I just wanted to show you guys this. I haven't ordered any parts for it yet, but the main focus is trying to diagnose, well, whatever's in between here and here. I have tested the relay itself, because that's the first thing I thought of, obviously. Power probe. I'll probably show you guys next episode when we start working on it. But the power probe's a cool, I'd say, fancy multimeter. You can apply ground and power. It basically just hooks onto your battery. And so I can activate the relay without the buttons. The relay works fine. So there's something in between that switch and the wires for the relay that's not kosher. I'm not sure what it is yet. Either something's rusted, it's just creating way too much resistance, but I know it's drawing power because we saw the neutral light dim. Besides that, extremely stoked about this thing. I have ridden it around. Oh, yeah, it's got no brakes. I should probably... It was $100. Like in the past videos, the $200, the $250. You just don't get brakes. And I don't get it. I really don't, guys. Because when things go on these, say your front brakes go, if it's going to be a piston in your drum brakes for a Honda, or possibly a master cylinder, you're only out like $35. But people just ignore them, they let them sit, and then everything needs to get replaced. So everything on this seems to be seized. The front left drum is leaking fluid like crazy when I fill it up. So I'm guessing one of the seals is blown out of one of the pistons. And the rear brake, it just won't budge. So I've been soaking that with penetrating fluid, but we'll get to that in a different episode. Thank you guys for watching. This should have been a bit shorter. I know I can talk a lot. Let me know what you think for $100. Worth saving? Is it junk? I know it's not junk, even if you tell me it is. But it's worth putting a bit of money into, I think. And let me know if you guys have got any cool deals like this too. Because they come up often. Or I would say often. They come up sometimes, and when they do come up, you got to jump on it right away. If you got a deal like this, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what it was, how it turned out. And thanks for joining me for this episode. We'll see you next episode where we're working on one of the quads. I don't know what. I'm hoping it's the brakes for the Polaris. Because I've been riding that thing a lot, and it's been a blast. Alright. Catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
Under pressure, no more time. Can we make a move? Overthinking, you and I. What do we have to lose?